Good afternoon, lecturer. My name is Teo Yong Ling, and today I'm going to present for my FYP. So my FYP title is Tools for Emotion Detection to help psychiatry detect patient emotion in consultant system. So my table of content is the first one will be introduction, the second will be overview of presentation, the third one will be project background, object scope, number 4 will be summary of literature review and methodology, number 5 will be overview of requirement analysis and design, number 6 will be summary of system implementation. So for the project background, based on the statistic, 280 million people worldwide live with depression, according to the WHO. The tools for emotion detection to help psychiatry detect patient emotion in consultants will bring convenience to us since we can easily to know, understand our own emotion. So the objective for this FYP is to help the secretary might interpret patient emotion due to the unclear or biased explanation or report from the patient. Not every patient is able to express their feeling correctly. And then the second one is to help the secretary because the secretary might wrongly analyze emotion distorted without the help of the analysis tool. For example, human observe often misinterpret blunted facial expression as personality trait rather than the symptoms of depression. And number 3 is the secretary often lacks technology tools to provide quantitative emotion analysis and historical tracking. So the scope of this FYP is the system will provide the functionality of facial expression analysis to detect real-time emotion. The system will provide real-time feedback for secretary and patient. And the literature review will be similar existing system comparison, the analysis of strength, weakness, and the gaps of similarities and existing systems. So the first one is Effectiva. So the strength of this Effectiva is it has a large database that can support to get a high accuracy emotion detection. And the weakness is it will be more sensitive to the light and image quality. So the second one is Neuralogic. And the strength is the transdermal optical imaging have very high accuracy on predict stress and depression. And the weakness is will be more expensive to use. And the third one will be EM Tech Pro, which is it uses the multi-sensor to detect muscle, heart rate, and movement change to increase accuracy in detecting emotion. But the weakness it is only limited to VR or AR headset only. And the last one will be Iris, which is it have a good accuracy in detecting emotion with multi-modal AI, but the weakness is complexity in data processing. So this is my methodology. So it have 4 phases. The phase 1 will be identification and requirement gathering. Second one will be design. The third one is deployment. And the last one will be testing and deployment. And then for requirement analysis and design, in the design phase, patient and secretary will be the main user. The role that they can access is different. Secretary will be a more role access than the patient to access the system. User will be able to sign up or log into the software after selecting roles. After signing up or login can fully access to the function of the system. So this is my prototype of the UI. It will be different in the system that I already developed, but because this is just a prototype. So summary of implementation is in this chapter will focus on develop the user interface and focus on the user satisfaction and the functionality of the systems. So this is my appendix. They are the GitHub links and then the Turnitin, and then beside the Turnitin, which is the AI chatbot and the paraphrase tools. So thank you. Now we will move into the implementation system. Okay, so for application at start, we can choose to have a login or create account. And in the main page, which is at the welcome page, you can scroll down if you want to know more info about the application. And then at start, we can choose to have create accounts, which is you can choose a role here. So for example, right now I'm choosing patient. So what I need to do is I need to require to fill in my name, my username, my email, my date of birth, and my password. So for example, right now I'll do a simple sign up. Okay, so after we sign out or login, we can access to the feature page. So on top, you can see that it shows my name and my role, and then below will be my account info. So in the account info, I can see that my role, my email, and status. So the first one, I will demonstrate you about the emotion detection. So I will do like 1 to 2 emotion to show you like how big is the delay and the real-time emotion detection. So the first one I will be doing happy, and the second one I will be doing sad or like fear. Okay, so the first one I will be doing happy, please. So next I will be doing fear or sad. Yes. So it will be have a slightly delay because of the connection, and also that in the top right you can see that there's a connection. So if let's say that today you're not connecting the server, the application will show that you're not connected to the server. So besides the live, so right now I'm closing the live. So if I just want to take a picture, it works as well. For example, if I'm pressing the capture, it will just screenshot the picture that you want, because sometimes it might be you only want to take 1 or 2 pictures instead of like doing like the whole video capture. So the next one will be my records. So in my records, you can see the records that the patient records just now, and then all the record is storing inside the file store, which is if you want to access to the record, you can straight go to the API server, the file store. And then the third one will be the suggestion. So in the suggestion, you can see that how many records that you total have, how many mood score, how many trend, and then what is the dominant emotion. Okay, you can see that the emotion distribute is below. So beside that, it also will give you like the personal suggestion, which is based on your emotion change. So you can have some, for example, this one show you the mood score, this one show you like you often feel like neutral after neutral, and the key actions. And the last will be our preference. So in our preference, you can choose to edit profile, and then you can like change password, change email, and also this AI service shows that the AI that I use, which is the deepfake AI, and it shows that do you connect to the API or not. And then you can press the test server connect to make sure that you are connecting to the correct server. Then right now I will log out. And then I will be going to log in. I will show the login function for you guys. Gmail. So this account has been created before this demonstration, but right now I will show you the login function. So the first one is still the same. The difference between secretary and patient is instead of my record, it will show my patients, and instead of suggestion, it will show like analysis. So the first one I can see is emotion detection. So the emotion detection difference for secretary is right. You can put the patient name instead of you putting your own account name when you do the recording. I will demonstrate. So for example, the first one will be like you can see this that you will be able to put a patient note, which is for example I put like John. So from now on, it will start to like detect the face based on John. It's not based on the secretary. Okay. So if you want to find John, I'll go to my patient right now. You can like scroll. You can find John. For example, this one. As you can see, like it start to recording me as a John with the moment that after I click the emotion detection. So the third one will be analysis. So when you're doing the analysis, you will have the clinical summary, which have your total records, your average confidence, your dominant emotions, and the average. And this is your emotion distribute, and detailed emotion breakdown, and emotion trend, and the clinical observation. And the last one will be the preference. So the preference is still the same as the patient, nothing changed. And then at below, in the feature page, you can see the account before instead of the patient. Now it's showing the secretary for you. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.